So earn something in your universe and it will be yours. And these needs excellent institutions. In the last lecture I told you that 3 persons are most important in making nations. The first thing, the foremost of them is your media, mass communication, Zarai Iblag, because the first thing you will have to do is to make the opinion of the people. If you are making the opinion of the people to buy excellent cars, make fancy rooms, the nation will do that. And if you make the opinion of the people to educate their kids, to show the output of education, the outcome and the benefits of education, obviously the people will struggle to achieve that. So the media is the first thing because it is the opinion builder of a nation. The second one is the industrialist who makes the economy, who builds the economy of a nation. It is equally important. But the most important of all of them is the teacher, who is called the nation builder. Whatever happens on the street is my responsibility, not anybody else. If the president is not working properly, this is because his teacher didn't teach him. If a driver is not driving properly on the road, this means his teacher didn't train him. If a common man is doing something wrong on the road, we should blame the teacher. Teacher cannot excuse him or herself because what you are because of the teacher. And there is a popular story of Alexander that once he was crossing a river and the Plato, his teacher, told him that wait Alexander, I will first check the depth of water, then you will cross the river, because he was the king. Alexander told him that if you drown in this water, who will produce another Alexander? But if I drown in this water, you can produce many Alexanders because you are the teacher. Another popular saying of Alexander is that the parents brought me from the heavens to the earth and the teacher took me from the earth to the heights. The companion of the Prophet, peace be upon him, Hazrat Umar Farooq, when he was asked, he had a very vast region he was ruling at that time. And he was asked that, do you long for something? Is there anything left in your mind you wish to have it? And his reply was that I'm longing for becoming a teacher instead of the king of so many lands and regions and countries. It is the highest level in humanity. And if I and you tell people that I am also a part of this society, and if this society is not allowing me, how can I change the world? This means he has failed. The teacher must be much higher than the society. The teacher's job is not to go with the society. The teacher's job is to raise the level of the society. And if he himself enters the herd of the sheep, this means he is no more a teacher. He must be unique. He must be above all. And if we can't do that, this means we will be failed teachers. So the teacher is the real nation builder. And whatever wrong you see around is because of the failure of the teacher, the failure of these institutions. Why people call these mother institutions? Because they are recreating you. What is primary? What is secondary? What is at graduation? I asked my teacher, may Allah rest his soul in peace, Professor Muhammad Yar Khan. We were just student of MSc previous or final like you, and we used to hear the name, the term PhD. I asked him, sir, what is PhD? He told me that I can't explain it now, but when I completed my PhD, everything was done. And Charles Braden was my supervisor in Georgia State University, and he asked me, how do you feel? Yar. His name was Muhammad Yar. He said, I told him that, sir, I feel reborn. फिर से पैदा हो गया. Reborn. This means this is the place for your rebirth. If you couldn't reborn, this means you have neither passed your primary, nor secondary, nor university, or any other thing. So check yourself. Change your mind today that you are here for a new life, a very useful life, and don't make us the photocopying machine of graduates, produce the same people all over the time. How people do it, how people transform their resources into excellent project. In this slide, you see the Yaseen. The Yaseen is SiO2. SiO2 is silicon dioxide. You ask somebody that I have 50,000 of sand, how will you buy it? They will not give you a single penny. They will say, what I am doing with the sand, what I will do with it. But if you are educated, you understand the structure of silicon dioxide, silica. If you can change it according to your requirements, if you can tailor its properties according to your needs, then the whole world needs it. The whole world will buy it for whatever price you wish. The simple thing is, clean it, remove the rubbish from it, grind it, melt it, and then it depends upon your knowledge when you can make a glass for water or wine, a playing ball for kids, a car window glass, or optical fiber. The water set you make will earn you 1,000 or 2,000 per kg of sand. If you make fiber optics, it will earn you several thousand per gram, depending on the specific. The fiber optics has its own world. It can be a simple wire. It can be wire of smart material, which can change the signals according to your wish, according to your needs. In every particle there is a world, a new world, and you can explore it and you can enhance its value as much as you want. And this is the whole business. There is nothing unusual. Nobody is sitting in bunker day and night to develop. It needs a book, a healthy eyesight, and your time. And when a human being has these three, whether he is sitting under a tree or in a world-class institution, the learning is equal. You can change your world. It doesn't need any miracles or any extraordinary things. Silica is available, mainly available, I am saying, in two forms. One is the sea sand, the other is quartz mines. Your mountains are full of quartz. Wherever you bring something, when you cut a marble and you see a shiny white piece in it, white grains in it, these are quartz. There are mines of excellent quartz in our country, in our region as well. And the second resource deposit of sand is the sea sand. You design composition as you wish, then heat it and then make fiber optics. And this is the engineering of materials. I told you in its definition that when the minerals discovered by geologists, mined by the mining engineers, processed by the process engineer, are transformed into marketable products using the knowledge of physics, chemistry and biology, that is called engineering of materials. The simplest thing, and understanding the underlying principles, that how the material behaves, how a material response is to an external stimulus, that is the property. I put a very simple example. Look at this. I brought water in contact with my sleeve, right? It got wet. The water, pouring of water on this sleeve was the external stimulus. It got wet was the response of the material. The response of a material to an external stimulus is called its property. That is the property. Bright light comes suddenly in front of my eyes and I close my eyes. The light was the external stimulus and the response was the closing of eye. So this is the property of my eye. This is the intrinsic property of my eye, that it cannot afford bear the harsh or the sharp light. So you tailor those responses, and those responses are tailored by knowing and manipulating the physics and chemistry of the material. So you have the keys. Physicists build to understand. Physicists build to understand. Engineers understand to build. This is the main difference. You design experiments to understand the properties, to understand the principles of working of various materials. And engineers understand the principles to build things upon it, to build product upon it. That is why I tell you that physicists build to understand and engineers understand to build. This is the main difference. Smart materials exhibit smarter behaviors. Smart behavior occurs when a material can sense some stimulus from its environment and reacts to it in a useful, reliable, reproducible, and not certainly, but usually irreversible. I put water upon this sleeve, it got wet. If I give it a layer of water resistant material, then I needed warmth to warm my body. What was the job of this jacket? To keep my body warm, but also to keep me, to protect me from the rain. If I don't put a water resistant layer upon it, the water will be absorbed by it. So if water comes upon it, it tells me that water is here. This is not smartness. But if it rejects water, this means it is doing the two functions. It is protecting me, telling me about what is happening, and then cover it, treat the problem, deal with the problem. So when you have more than one property in a material, more than one property is always there. But when you have more than one, this brings smartness into your world. That makes the material smarter. Smart materials detect changes in their environment and react to them, such as detecting a shift in temperature and responding by changing color. Detecting change in temperature and behaving according to our wish. This is the smartness. The sensing. If something senses you, your presence, this is one property. But a reaction upon that, the door senses you. But when you reach closer and it opens up, this is smartness. The eye senses the sunlight, but when it closes, this is the smartness. So more than one property is always needed, and that is why the creator of the universe is the best material engineer as well. To believe it, you have all the qualities, and to me, the human being is greedy and tries to grab everything in the universe. Do you know why? Because every element of the universe is also in your body. And that is why you claim everything to be yours. All the elements present in the universe are in your body, but engineered in such a unique way that you can't imagine. The same elements, when combined in one form, they produce your head, hair. The same minerals and elements, when combined in a different way, they make your skin. The same elements, when combined in a different way, they make your bones. In some places, soft bones are needed, which you call krapande, and sometimes hard bones are needed. Then there are categories in hard. The tooth material is much harder, but the bone in your hands can be cut with your teeth. So tooth is the hardest, and this bone is less hard.